I want to tell you a story, but the first thing you have to understand is time does not work the way you think it does. You call me Oracle, the most Haki. Welcome to the cult, and welcome once again to Booty, Tickled, and the Trial. I full-on blanked on what I was about to talk about. Wow. Right now I'm Booty Tickled in the what was I about to say? Alright, so I'm not really that booty tickled about this, except at least a little bit I am. So I've been trying to figure out how to make this stuff called Jagisa work for a while. Now, Jagisa is military ambition. Sounds pretty straightforward, but in terms of like active verb use. Now, why is this important? This is actually important because of like the previous video with like martial arts stuff. It just is. So that's how I came to the conclusion, or at least I came to this conclusion in the opposite order. So I basically decided that you needed to use Abisidyati. Yeah, I believe it's Abisidyati, or the operative word for to war on, like to go to war. In order to use martial arts stuff, basically, like you identify with war, because it's like Yuda Lalita Kale, it's war fine arts. But that I got to that from One Piece and Haki. Because near as I can tell, Haki is Jagisa. Like, it's just like the same thing, near as I can tell. And what is Haki? Alright, so, la la la. So, Haki is a mysterious power that allows individuals to harness their own spiritual power, their own spiritual energy for various superhuman feats. As this energy manifests from willpower, it's theoretically accessible to all living creatures in the world. The vast majority, however, are unable to use it, either because they are unaware of its existence or due to a lack of adequate training to achieve mastery. Haki users are common in the New World, rare in Paradise, and virtually non-existent in Four Blues. Current understanding of Haki defines 3 distinct types, each tied to a different ability. Sensing other spiritual energy to anticipate their movements, producing a protective coating of energy from one's own body, and for a certain group of chosen ones, overwhelming the willpower of others. So these are called, basically, in the context of One Piece, these are called Observation Haki, Armament Haki, and, like, Emperor's Haki. Now, why do I think Jagisa and Haki are the same thing? It's really hard to explain. Like, it just is. But, like, so, Haki to begin with, or Jagisa at least to begin with. Now, when I was, like, I basically was, like, trying to figure out how Jagisa worked, and I looked up Haki, and basically I think I figured out how Jagisa worked because I looked up Haki. And, like, literal meanings, ambition, aspiration, drive, vigor, dominating spirit, and will to conquer or rule. So I basically went with war. Or I started out with Aspire. Prayaxi. Prayaxati. Yeah, Prayaxati. So, like, it would be, like, associated with Samakarari, Babakarari, Pinikarari, um, Avicendiati, Prestiati, Pratyaksi. Uh, yeah, Pratyaksati. Yeah, Pratyaksati. And that's basically, like, associated with insinuate itself into identify with war, reduced to order aspire. And that's, like, basically, like, aspire to war. That's basically military ambition. And, and then from there, I was like, um, identify with war, reduced to order, awaken, because awakening Haki is like basically how you. Basically, if you've watched the series, there's this whole thing about Kobe having a Haki awakening after Marineford. So, like the core notion that if you want to use your Dagisa, you should do a Sambadeati and awaken it. That just kind of made sense to me. So then after that, I did further mantra in order to do the 3 levels of Haki. So it was Savagradi, Vavagradi, Pidigorodi, Abisandiati, Prestidiati, Avalocchiati. And that is for observation Haki. It's like war, identify with war, reduce to order, observe. And then for armament Haki, now like I actually tried doing Vajrasari Karoti for armament Haki, but it would actually be Prestidiati, Astra Karoti for arm in a militant way, because it's armament Haki. It's not like adamantine Haki. Maybe I can do adamantine Haki later. That'd be cool. Varsha Magigisa. That'd be pretty neat. Actually, while I'm at it. Avicendiati, Netagoi, Presagati, Netagoi, Vatra Sarikaro, Ran Karori. Maybe that'll do something cool. Maybe it won't. I don't really know. Some of the stuff I'm just playing around with, to be honest. But last one is for Empress Haki, and that'd be Pinikaroti, not Abisidiati, Abisindiati, Presidiati Savati. For possessing supremacy. Because it's Supreme Empress Haki, and I was like trying to figure out the best word for it. I'm pretty sure it's Savate. Interesting, actually. So, Savate is for possess supremacy, but Sevate is the word for both haunt and for serve. Interestingly, the difference between a or like an versus an can do. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.